Hi there. In this demonstration, we're going to see how to calculate some binomial probabilities using SPSS. Now, usually SPSS isn't really used for these calculation or formula type of evaluations. It's usually used to manipulate and analyze raw data, but you can actually get it to perform some function evaluations, what would generally be calculator type tasks, but you just have to put your input variables in terms of data, right? And so you create this column of data that you're really just looking to transform into another variable by way of a formula, right? So for in this case, we're going to be looking for how to convert into binomial probabilities. Specifically, if I want to find the probability of X successes in N trials with a single probability of success equaling P, I want this thing highlighted, the probability of X given N and P, right? And so specifically, we'll look at the case where we have N equals 5 trials, and the probability of any single success is 0.8, right? So if I have 5 trials, I can have this many number of successes. I can have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 successes. So those are going to be my input variables, the number of successes. I'm going to call those X. And then through SPSS, I'm going to transform or compute, take these values and turn them into probabilities, right? And it's basically creating the same binomial probabilities table that you can find in the back of the book, right? So you can do this for any single value of X, but I find it's a little easier to just do it for all possible values of X. That way you get a whole bunch of probabilities, but you can do it for just one. Okay, so the first thing I have to do to use SPSS is to create a column of data containing my X values. So I'll go over here. Let's see. So I want to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if I start here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's good, but it gives me this strange name, var 00006. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to go over to variable view. And so my first variable is var 0006. I'm just going to change that. That's going to be X. All right, and maybe I want the decimal places to, I don't really need any decimal places because they're whole numbers. And the variable I'm going to create, I'll call P binom because it'll be the probability from the binomial distribution. And once you click any other cell in that table, it'll set up this sort of default variable types. It is numeric, and we'll go to 3 decimal places. All right, so I'm going to go back to data view. Now I have those X values set up as a column of data, and I'm going to calculate or transform this column into another column, right? So we're looking to create that table right there. Okay, so as according to the little outline of steps right here in the middle, I'm going to start by clicking on the Transform tab, Compute Variable, and now what I'm looking for is something called the PDF, right? A probability density function, right? Not CDF, we'll use that soon enough, but right now we're just looking for PDF. And what we get is PDF and non-central PDF. That's what we're looking for. And as soon as you click on that, a list of functions suddenly appears below it. And so basically we're looking for the binomial form of this PDF. And it's basically right here, PDF binom. And over here in this lower box, it shows you the usage. All right, PDF.binom, first you put in quant, that's the quantity or the number of successes, X. Then you put in a comma and N for the number of trials, comma, and the probability of success. And you can even get it started. We're going to put that in the box for numeric expression right up here. But I can get it started by just double-clicking on PDF.binom over here in the lower right table. Bink, and there it is. So now it hasn't started for me, and that first question mark is highlighted saying what is X? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from that X column that I created. So I'm going to click on X and basically use this arrow that moves it into that position in the formula. Blink, and you got your X. And now I'm just going to fill in the rest by hand. I'm going to move over, get rid of that question mark. It was 5 trials, and the probability of a single success was 0.8. Right? And now you might think, okay, I'm ready to go, but I have to give that a name. Right? So the target variable will be P binom. That's where I'm heading with all these, right? It's that column. Notice you can't really put it up in there. You just have to type it. And then whenever you hit OK, it asks you, it says change existing variable. And you say OK, because I'm just going to replace that P binom that I had with this one. And lo and behold, if you look down here in the statistics viewer, it's calculating this stuff. And it is done, right? It is done. And what you have here is that table I was talking about. There's all the X's that I inserted by hand, and there's all the binomial probabilities, right? And those binomial probabilities match the ones found in the tables in the back of the book. It also happens to match the table that was created here. So for example, if there are 5 trials with the single probability of success being 0.8, then the probability of 3 successes is 0.205. The probability of 4 successes is 0.410, and so on. Yeah, so it's not generally used for its functional capabilities like this, but it does work under the right circumstances. But in order to do anything in SPSS, you really have to have some sort of data in the data editor. And once you get started in that direction, you can do a lot of the calculations straight up with SPSS. And that's all. Bye.